3 years, boys. 3 fucking years. It has been 3 years since I have uploaded a progress video on this account, and oh my, have we made some progress. Welcome back to another video on my 10 HP Ultimate Ironman Purrverse. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
Go ahead and roll that intro. Wait, do we even have an intro?
Welcome back to the 10 HP Ultimate Ironman series. After maxing my main 10 HP account, I figured that I needed a difficult challenge, so I created Purrverse, a 10 HP Ultimate Ironman. As an Ultimate Ironman, you are not allowed to trade and you are not allowed to use your bank. For my build, I'm going to be 10 HP with 1 defense and 1 prayer. Throughout my journey, I'm going to make my own GP, smith my own cannonballs, and eventually work towards gathering my gear as I work towards my final goal of achieving 99 Slayer on a 10 HP Ultimate Ironman. This is the road to 99 Slayer. Episode 4. Let's go ahead and get into it. If you remember from episode 3, we managed to get our first cannon. We made our first set of cannonballs. We completed a shit ton of quests to give us lots of early XP and unlock a whole bunch of content that's going to be useful later on. And we managed to get up to 53 quest points. We also unlocked all the requirements to runecraft blood runes except for the runecrafting level of 77. As you can see, we managed to get up to 23 runecrafting. Now, for today's video, it's very simple. We only have one mission. Get rich. And of course, look good while we're doing it. So in order to complete this, there are 3 things that we need to complete. First off, we need to get to 77 runecrafting. This is going to unlock Zaya runecrafting, so runecrafting blood and soul runes. Second, we need to finish 99 runecrafting, sell all of our runes that we crafted, and get that sexy untrimmed runecrafting skill cape. And then of course, to top it all off, to make sure that we just look absolutely stunning, we need to get white Graceful to match that untrimmed runecrafting cape. Because what's RuneScape without Fashionscape? If you're not looking good, I don't know what you're doing, alright? So that's our plan today. 3 things to complete, get money, and look good doing it. So the whole reason that we're even trying to get all this money in the first place is because we are trying to get enough money to fund our 99 Slayer. We need to be able to get all the gear that we need. We need to get all the skills up that we need. And we also need enough money to smith around 1.5 million cannonballs, about. I'm not sure exactly how much it's going to be, but it's going to be a lot of cannonballs. So I'm estimating that we need, at the minimum, maybe 60 million GP, but we might have to come back for more GP later on in the future. So for phase 1 of our plan, we need to get to 77 runecrafting. If you don't have access to the Lunar Spellbook in order to cast Imbue to do lava runes, the fastest way to get to 77 runecrafting is by collecting books from the Arceus library. If you've never done this before, I really recommend using Runelight because this helps out a lot. If you head over to the Arceus library and you talk to one of the 3 people on the bottom floor, they'll ask you to go find a book. Using Runelight, it'll tell you which floor, and you can go to that floor and search for it. And once you find a book, or at least a couple books, Runelight will start telling you the exact position of where those books are. So basically all you do is you get the book, you take it back down to the person, you say you got it, and they'll trade it in for an experience book. You can then go talk to another person, and they'll tell you to go find another book. And you basically just keep repeating this, and you keep stacking these experience books. Now these books, you can either use them for runecrafting experience or magic experience. Obviously for our account and where we are right now, we're going to be using this for runecrafting XP. Now the experience an hour isn't that great, and it definitely scales on your level because the higher your runecrafting level is, the more experience you'll get from each book. Which, by the way, is why we completed all those quests before we started runecrafting at the library. Now a helpful tip along with using Runelight, whenever you pass a room that has a book in it, go ahead and pick it up. You can stack 1 of every book in your inventory, and basically what this means is there will be a chance where when you go down to the bottom floor and you ask them for a book, there will be a chance that you already have that book. So you can just talk to them again and they'll just instantly trade you an experience book. So whenever you're running around grabbing those experience books, make sure that you are picking up the extra books that you run by. You want to have as many books in your inventory as possible at all times. This is going to be the fastest way to get to 77 runecrafting. So go ahead and roll the screenshots. I'll see you back at 77 Runecrafting. And finally, coming in with the final level of this grind, the completion of phase 1 is 77 Runecrafting. With this, we now unlock the ability to runecraft blood runes, which is going to be great GP and a lot more AFK. I think though for now, I'm going to go try something else other than runecrafting. I'm thinking maybe Wilderness Slayer. I just need a little bit of a change from runecrafting for a bit before we come back and do more Zaya runecrafting. So let's head over to Wilderness Slayer and see how that goes. Taking a break from runecrafting, going on a little side mission here, we're going to do a little bit of Wilderness Slayer. The whole reason that we're doing Wilderness Slayer is because eventually we need to stack up enough points to block tasks and skip tasks before we start making a large portion of cannonballs and going to Vanica for our main Slayer grind. So we're going to be doing Wilderness Slayer early on to stack up some points. As an Ultimate Ironman, if you have a lot of items or things in your inventory that you don't want to lose, what you need to do is you need to suicide, and your items will be on the ground for an hour, 60 minutes. And during that time, you can go out to the wilderness and you can do your Slayer task. If you die, when your items are on the ground, wherever you suicided, those will not despawn. So basically, your items are safe for 1 hour and you're able to go into the wilderness without risking anything. However, if you do not pick up your items within that hour, they despawn and they're gone forever. This is going to come up later. So the very first task that we did was Hellhounds, and keep in mind this was recorded 3 years ago, so I really had no clue what I was doing when I was doing this task. And I decided I was going to try this by myself and try to find a good cannon spot with 1 prayer and 10 HP, trying to kill Hellhounds with almost no range bonus. Yeah, it wasn't fun. So the location I decided to use was north of the Edgeville Lever. And as you can see here, I was able to use my ult to stand in front of my Ultimate Ironman to prevent him from getting killed by the Hellhounds. So the spot itself worked pretty well. The main problem was that this is a major spot for deep wieldy PKers. There's Scorpio around, there's Mage Bank around, lots of PKers come to this area. And I unfortunately ended up dying, which this isn't that big of a deal. I just lost my 800 cannonball stack, which really wasn't that big of a deal. That's not that much time lost. The problem came is when I decided 3 years ago to completely forget about the items that I suicided in Lumbridge. Yeah, you're hearing this right. I forgot to pick up my fucking items from Lumbridge. So I lost everything. The main 2 things that I lost were the Tome of Fire and the Amulet of Glory. Those are gone forever. I'm going to have to go back to Wintertodt at some point and get a Tome of Fire. And I'm going to have to go back to Dragon Imps and get another Amulet of Glory before I start Slayer. So that actually fucking sucks. I have no clue why I forgot about my items. I think I was just really pissed off that I got PK'd, and I just logged out. And by the time I realized what had happened, it was too late. My items were gone. So lost everything, but we did end up completing the Hellhounds task, and we went back and we got a new task, which was Bears. So for the Bears task, it was very similar to the Hellhounds task. I didn't really know what the fuck I was doing, and I was like, okay, screw it. I'm just going to go find my own cannon location. So the place I found or tried out for at least this task worked pretty well again. I just stood behind this tree, had my cannon out there. Anytime there weren't bears in the location, I just ran out and refilled my cannon. And yeah, spot worked pretty well. I just flew through this task. Not really much to say. Didn't get PK'd. Got in, got it done. Went and got a new task. And next up was Anku's. This task was so awful because I had no idea what I was doing. In fact, it was so awful that I completely quit Wilderness Slayer at this point. I completely gave up. I said, fuck this, I'm doing something else. I had no idea what I was doing. I had 0 range bonus. I could not hit any of the Ankus with anything. I didn't even know where to put my cannon down. It was a complete disaster. So I said, fuck Wilderness Slayer, and that is the end of our little side mission of Wilderness Slayer. If you made it this far into the video, please consider subscribing to the channel. As you can see, almost 50% of my viewers are not subscribed. As a small YouTuber, any subscriber helps so much, and I'm very close to hitting 5,000 subscribers. If there's anything that I learned from this little Wilderness Slayer adventure, it's that you always need to have a plan, especially as an Ultimate Ironman. With that being said, let's get back to our original plan and skip to Phase 3, achieving the White Graceful set. Alright, let's get through this as quickly as possible. In order to get White Graceful, you need to get 100% favor in all the houses on Zaya. I already have 100% favor in the Arceus house from doing the library, and I already have 100% favor in the Hosidius house from doing Mess Hall. That means I need to get 100% favor in Lovikenge, Shazian, and Piscarillis. Before I start doing any of the houses, I'm going to do a couple quests to help me. I'm going to complete Client of Karen, which will give me 20% favor in any house, and I'm also going to complete Forsaken Tower, which will give me 10% favor in the Lovikenge house. The very first house that I'm going to get 100% favor in is Lovikenge. Originally, I had planned to create Shazian armor crates. I was going to do the level 1s, which required 53 smithing and also 65 mining. In fact, I actually got those levels, but then I realized that there was a quicker method for 10 HP accounts. If you go north to the sulfur pits and bring with you some curse runes and a face mask and a pick, you can mine sulfur without getting hit. If you cast curse on the spider to aggro it onto you and then you stand in this exact spot, you will not get hit by the clouds of fog, which means you can basically just sit here and AFK sulfur until you are 100% favor. So we knocked that one out very quickly. The next house that I decided to complete was the Shazian house, since it's very quick. All you do here is you grab bandages from the tent and use them on the wounded soldiers over here. Very simple and quick, got 100% favor in that house as well. Now the last house is a little bit more difficult for my account, and that is Piscarillis. For the first 15%, I was repairing the cranes using planks and nails. So I got nails from a sawmill, and then in order to get planks, I would run to Antrana, pick up the planks from the northern spawn point, and then I would just run back to Port Sarim and go back to Zaya and repair the cranes. I did this until I got to 15%. At 15%, I went over to the fish barrels, picked up some fish, and then ran east and used them on the chest. Make sure you're going quick here, because if you don't go quick, fish will start to despawn from your inventory. I did this until I got to 30%. At 30%, I went north with a spade and some buckets in my inventory, and I dug up sandworms, and then I turned those in until I was 100% favor. So with Piscarillis done, that is all houses up to 100% favor, and I can now complete Architectural Alliance and get my White Graceful set. So I completed the mini quest, and then I went over and got my White Graceful set. Phase 3 is now complete. The Fashionscape is there. All we're missing now is that untrimmed runecrafting cape. We already have the 77 runecrafting from doing Arceus Library, so we are now ready to start runecrafting blood runes and complete our final phase of getting absolutely rich. This is the final inventory of blood runes. We managed to get up to 155,000. Let's go sell these and get our cash stack. We ended up with 31 million coins. Now, it's time for soul runes. Let's finish this up. It is finally time. After 3 years of playing on and off on this account, I have finally achieved 99 runecrafting and got my untrimmed runecrafting cape. We ended with 250,000 soul runes, and after selling those, we brought our total cash stack up to 68 mil. We have completely smashed every single goal that we had in this video. We got rich with over 60 mil in GP. We got 99 runecrafting and got the untrimmed runecrafting cape. And to top it all off, just to match that beautiful untrimmed cape, we achieved white Graceful. Now that we've finished runecrafting on this account and gotten our cash stack up so high, we should have enough GP in order to fund 99 Slayer. In the next progress video, we're going to continue to work on gathering more requirements to begin our grind towards that 99 Slayer. And that is going to be the end of the 4th progress video on my 10 HP Ultimate Ironman. I really hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please feel free to leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel because every subscriber helps with my channel being so small. If you are a 10 HP account and looking to get more into the community, feel free to join the 10 HP Discord. And also, don't forget to join the in-game clan called 10 Hitpoints. All of those links will be in the description of the video. With that being said, I hope you all have a great day.